Hello, I am getting ready to open the Zoom room. So if you are seeing this live, go jump on the Zoom link. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, we're just making sure that the Zoom is working. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, oh my gosh, so excited. Say hello when you are here. Feel free to mute yourselves. We are going to use the chat. So I'm making sure people in the Facebook group are getting in. We'll give it a few minutes and then we will get started. Okay, it looks like everybody's found the link. I am so excited. So let me start this. I am going to share my screen. Yay, we have lots of people live. There's about 22 of us total. I know a lot of you had sessions already scheduled today. So if you're watching in the replay, just comment in the group. Let me know how it was. And if you are watching live, what I want you to do, what I invite you to do is say hello, let us know where you're tuning in from, and like, what are you most excited about today? What are you absolutely most excited? Oh, Terry's already in the comments. Yay, I'm excited to have made it live. I'm super excited for you. Let me get my screen popped up and we are just going to get right to it. Can you guys see my screen? The PowerPoint, yes or no? Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you. And then let me check this. Feeling less gross about selling. Oh my gosh, Miranda, I've got you. That is amazing. Getting way out of my own way about asking for upsells. I love that. Okay, one more time checking this. Let's make sure I can see it. Boom. Okay, we are good to go. So if you're watching on the Facebook, go ahead, pop into the Zoom. Here they are. Let's go. Okay, this is the Selling is Sexy shop. We're going to infuse your with soul so that you can sell with ease. Now, if you don't know me, welcome. I'm Kiera Jones of the Kiera Josette Collective. I am a boudoir photographer, but I'm also a business mentor. So I went full time boudoir at 19, and I'll be 27 in 2 weeks. So been at this for a minute. I am from Indiana. So small town, whatever. We can do the whole location battle. It is what it is, but we're just gonna, wherever you are, this is going to work for you. It's totally fine. I've had $11,000 boudoir sales, $9,000 maternity, $8,000 family sales. 2 weeks ago, I turned a $390 Mother's Day mini into a $4,000 sale before she even came to the session. So today I'm gonna get into all of the like nooks and crannies on how you can upsell and how we can shift our mindset. I had my first 6-figure year by 21. I retired my husband from being a teacher so that he could run the back end of my business. Our studio average is 5,300. And then I'm a mom to a crazy toddler and then opened a second 6-figure mentoring business all at the same time so that you guys could live your boldest life with expansion and gratitude and not be a slave to your business. So that's a little background. If you're new, I'm catching up on comics, excited to get better about selling and money mindset. Oh, you're in the right place. This is like money mindset, selling, street 101. I love it. From South Carolina, excited to change my mindset about selling. Only here for a half hour. I've got to go check out a potential studio space. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. I love that. You've got a money block, so I'm excited to kick that in the butt. Okay, so today is a very good mix of mindset and strategy, because without them both, it's not going to work. I love a good strategy, but if you have the strategy and you don't have the mindset to support it, it's not going to work. So we're going to combine the two. And let's just start this with use the comments. I am so happy to answer questions and cater it to exactly what you need. We're going to have a Q&A at the end. So if anything comes up while we're going through this, if I'm asking questions, use it in the comments so that we can cater it right to you. So, okay, we're going to get started. What's your selling stigma? So to create a new selling identity, the first thing we have to do is release the fears that are holding us back. So yes, we're going to get into the tangibles of how to upsell during your session. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty details of how to take a mini session from 400 to 4,000. But before we can do that, we have to acknowledge what fears are lurking in your mindset right now, what fears are holding you back from showing up as this amazing soul-led entrepreneur who's here to serve your clients. So what I want you guys to do in the comment section, when you think of selling to your clients, when you think of asking for more money, when you think of offering them a larger product, a larger wall, or an add-on, because you know that's what they would love, what negative thoughts come up? So maybe you had a $5,000 sale, but you know they need this wall art and it would take you to a $7,200 sale. You're like, oh my God, they've already prepaid for 5K. They're going to think I'm being greedy. Is it the fear of judgment? The fear of being ungenuine, like you're just trying to get money? Is it the fear of sounding annoying? Fear of rejection, the lack. Yep, fear of being greedy. What else is coming up? What do you feel in your body when you think of sales? When you hear the word sales, when you hear the word like, okay, let's go do this reveal. Sometimes I think my prices just sound crazy. What fears are coming up? Is there a fear of you wouldn't spend this money on your own type of business? So why would they? Is it something that you heard growing up? Let's see. Feeling gross, annoyed, greedy, rejection, feeling like my work isn't enough to get them to buy. It's more than what they already prepaid for, even though they love what they purchased and love what they pre-purchased. I'm scared, I'm stiff, I'm nervous. You guys, these are so good. This is our space right now. We're going to let it all up. So in order to heal the mindset, heal our relationship with money, we have to get rid of the nasty right now. So let it all out. Feeling cocky, the feeling of rejection, comparison. Oh, I love these because it's so true. I feel guilty that we as photographers can actually earn so much money in a small amount of time. That one, and from personal experience, like my husband was a teacher, he's educating the children of the next generations, and I can make in 2 weeks what he made in a full year. Like the chills and the uncomfortableness of Indiana teachers get like 30,000. I had a $20,000 week last week. Like what? How? So we have to be able to navigate this and work through these. Currently, the state of the economy makes me feel guilty to ask for more when my friends and family are struggling. That's a huge one. I would easily drop that money at fear of not offering enough value. In-home studio makes me feel unworthy of a luxury rate. Oh, these are good. And if you guys resonate with what anybody else is saying, feel free to be like, yep, that's me too. Feeling like my work isn't luxury enough. Partner is also a teacher, so same. That's a crazy one. That is so common too. People are struggling and my work is not worth it. Oh, okay. So what's it feel like just saying these out loud? Is it uncomfortable? Is it like a little bit of or is it relief? So take a minute to dive into that because these are our selling stigmas. These are our selling shadows. So it's no wonder that we're having trouble raising our average, whether you're already at a $7,000 average or you're working your way up to a $1,000 average. There's some type of mental block that we want to get through here. Also, this is literally one of my favorite topics to talk on is selling and money mindset. So I have a slideshow, but I will probably just go deeper and pour into more. So like get ready for the tangents. It's a good one. Relief to see that everyone else is feeling the same way. This is so important. And this is why I love like group programs, masterminds or whatever. It's this feeling of permission that, okay, I'm not the only one thinking this. Like, it's okay. I'm not wrong. This is normal. I get the home studio thing because I work out of one, but I myself spent $9,000 on a boudoir shoot for myself. See right there, you're giving yourself proof and data that people are willing to spend. The in-home one is something I struggled with. Oh, see. So now what we're going to do, we're going to dive into shifting the negatives. And what I want you to focus on in this top left corner, selling is just connecting. Okay, if you take away anything from this today, I want you to embody that selling is just connecting. We have these deep fears, we have these deep beliefs because we've been conditioned to believe that selling has to be like cringy. Did you guys see my post about like the car salesman being like, oh, buy this, and like swindling you into buying something? Because this is what we've grown up with. All of those infomercials when we were kids and woke up in the middle of the night and it was like the sham wow of like, but wait, there's more. Like all of these horrible tactics, that is what our brain waves have consumed into thinking that this is what selling is. Or the mall photographers from like back in the 90s who are like, you win this free 8x10, but now spend thousands of thousands. And it gave us like a bad rap on selling photography. So many of our selling beliefs are ingrained from childhood. They're deep into our brains and they're probably not even what you truly believe anymore. So take a minute and look back through what you put in the comments. And is this something that you're holding on to from a previous story, a previous experience, or do you truly resonate with it right now? So have the discernment to look through and say, okay, this used to be my belief at one time. This is what the people around me were believing. This is what I grew up with. And ask yourself in this moment, do you still believe that right now? Or are you so conditioned that it just feels normal? So where are we with that? Do you still feel like it's resonating? Before photography, I worked in a call center for a big name cable provider, and it was the cringy salesman. It's so scripted, so you're fighting the transition. So this is something that is literally coded into your body, Tara. So it's like, of course you're struggling because you haven't been given the space to open up and have this freedom. So that's what we're doing today. We're going back, we're stripping away every freaking belief that we've had on selling. Selling is just connecting. It's just guiding your clients. It's learning to speak with them and it's listening to what they want. It does not have to be cringy. It does not have to be nasty. Selling is just connecting. And you're going to hear me say that a million times. And when you go to sleep at night, I want you to hear me saying in the back of your voice, selling is just connecting. It's all it is. It doesn't have to be this weird, pushy, awkward thing. Okay, so what I want us to do, we're doing a subconscious activation. We're going to break the bonds of these past selling stories. So this is going to be a visualization. Your eyes are going to be closed. You can turn your camera off. It's totally fine. Nobody's going to be looking at you. You're only going to be listening to the sound of my voice. We're going to do a neural activation to break these bonds, to release these old stories, and to open yourself up to receive. So it's really important when you're doing anything education based, whether you're on a workshop, on a master class, in a mastermind, whatever it is, that your brain is in the state of being receptive. Because if you just come in with all of these fears still like clouding your memory, you're not going to receive anything. So take a minute to close your eyes. You guys don't have to look at the camera. If you're driving, do this later. You're just going to listen to the sound of my voice. Okay, this is our Sales Blaster subconscious activation to break the bonds of past selling stories. So deep breath. Whatever feels good. Sink into the chair beneath you. Go ahead and wiggle your toes. Find a steady breathing pattern that feels super supportive right now. This could be slow, deep breaths. It could be a nice cadence, just in and out. But take a moment to anchor in to this moment right here. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nobody else who needs you. You are exactly in the right space in this divine moment. Deep breath in. I invite you to envision a golden column of light coming through the crown of your head. And this golden light is washing throughout your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. It's warm. It may be tingly. You're setting the stage to open yourself up to believe, to open yourself up to embody a new mindset around selling. And I want you to envision roots growing out of your hips, going all the way deep into the earth. You're being grounded and supported. These roots are thick like tree trunks. And you know that Your action and your strategy that you're going to take after today is grounded. You are grounded into this belief, into this truth, and your ideas and your inspired action are supported by this universal source light coming in through the crown of your head. And you get to release any of the negative thoughts that are still swirling around. So, with another deep breath in, I invite you to go back to your very first memory of being around sales, of hearing the word salesy, of thinking about selling, and just allow yourself to go back into this memory. Whatever comes up is correct. Don't try to overthink it. Don't ask questions. Whatever you remember right now, this is exactly what's supposed to come up. So, this memory, when you think of sales, when you think of selling, activate that memory and allow yourself to observe. How old are you? Who is around you? What are the conversations that are being had? And if you can look at this from a bird's eye view of this version of you right now, taking a peek into the past, and we're not looking with judgment, we're not looking with fear, we're simply bringing our awareness to this moment. And we're realizing that this is our first conscious memory of selling, of being around money talk. And we're aware of the emotions that it's making the people around us have. We're aware of what we've been clinging on to. So take mental note of what this is right now and allow yourself to sit with it. Maybe something clicked and you're like, oh, whoa, I didn't even realize I was holding on to that. Or, yep, that makes total sense. This is what I've grown up with. Maybe it was your first experience working a job as a teenager, whatever it is. Any of the icky, uncomfortable, sticky emotions that you're feeling from this memory, I invite you to put your hands on your heart, put your hands on your leg. If it feels like weights laying you down, wherever this emotion is, wherever this feeling is, place your hands on your physical body, and we're just going to pull. We're going to pull, we're going to pull, we're going to pull, we're going to pull. And you right now are physically pulling this stagnant energy, these beliefs, these emotions, these memories that no longer serve you. These are not your thoughts. These are no longer your feelings. They are not supportive to your business. They are not supportive to your growth. And most of all, they are not supportive to your clients. Your clients choose you because they trust you, because they know that you are the professional and they trust you to help them with these decisions. So you're going to pull and pull and pull until you no longer feel that memory clenching onto the inside of your body. And when you feel complete, when you feel like you've gotten all of the stickiness, when you feel like you've gotten all of that stagnant energy, I want you to take a deep breath in. And now you have all of this space in your body. You have all of this space in your energetic field, and we need to fill it. So, what you're going to do is call upon that warm light, this inspired action, these new beliefs, this new mantra that selling is just connecting. It's just connecting with your clients, connecting with your community, building relationships from your soul, not from your bank account. So allow that warm golden light to flow back in, to fill the spaces that were once filled with the tar, filled with the stickiness. And now that you've created this new activation, this new energy, we are going to come in with the sales blaster. So I want you to envision your method of choice. This could be a big fan. Maybe it's a fan blowing. Maybe it's like one of those squirt guns or a Nerf gun that you play with as a child. Maybe it's just your own hands and you can feel the power in your hands. But what you're going to do is you in this moment, the business entrepreneur version of you right now, You're going to do a scan, go back into your memories, just like we did. And I want you to take your modality. So whether that be a big fan blowing it, the water gun, your hands, and we're blasting. We're blasting these out, allowing it to go. So every memory is a cell in your brain. And with this intention, you are letting it crumble. You are letting it blow away. You are allowing it to dissolve because it no longer serves you. Yes, maybe you've been stubborn in the past. Yes, you realize you've been holding on to them, but now you don't have to. So allow it to blow, allow it to zoom off, allow your hands to send it to the deepest ethers in the universe right now. We're going to let it neutralize back into neutral energy. It's no longer in your field. It is not up to you. You are actively rewiring your sales right now. You are actively rewiring your cells for your beliefs around sales. I am no longer available to believe these past stories. I am no longer available to believe these past stories. I am no longer available to believe these past stories. Selling is just connecting. Selling is just connecting. Selling is just connecting. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. I am helping them. I am guiding them. I am serving them. My clients trust me and I trust myself. My clients trust me and I trust myself. My clients trust me and I trust myself. I am so open to receive. I am so open to receive. I am so open to receive. When I sell with my soul, I am helping society. When I sell with my soul, I am helping society. When I sell with my soul, I am helping society. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And with your big exhale out, any stagnant energy that is hanging around, it's just going to melt away. One more deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. All of those particles are falling. You're bringing yourself back to this present moment. I invite you to come back to where we are right now together as a group. And in the comments section, let me know what came up. How are you feeling in this moment? Did anything surprise you? Do you feel activated? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel like, whoa, that was a roller coaster? I feel heavy. Do a quick debrief in the comments. So what we just did was a giant energetic clearing, connecting back to those past limiting beliefs around selling. We're infusing it with new beliefs. We broke the bonds of those memories. We instilled them with the patterns of 3. How are you feeling after that? What came through? If you are new to my world and you've never done any type of energetic clearing or anything like that, surprise. Tara said, I didn't expect to cry. Felt release and clarity by the end. Oh, I have chills. I love this. What we don't realize is so many of the times we're holding on to things that are so far removed from our conscious mind that when we take the time to go back and connect with it, we're like, holy moly. Surprised at what my memory was. It was on my dad. He was always haggled. He was great at it. Wearing people down in price. I feel disrespected when people haggle with me. Oh, this is a huge one. So this is an ancestral, like, family. This is what you've grown up with. And now as an entrepreneur, that feels so disheartening. And it feels, is there any shame that comes up of, wow, I can't believe my family did this when I'm out here charging pivotal pricing? I'm feeling that I couldn't really get into it because of where I am. Let me scroll up on this. I plan to revisit on the replay. And this is okay too. If you guys felt resistance, depending on where you are, or just even if you're in a quiet place, sometimes the heaviness is so hard that we have to do this again and again. That's why these are lifetime access. I want you guys to come back to it whenever you need to replay it and be intentional with what comes up. What else came through for anybody? How are we feeling? I'm excited because I've been in fear of asking for more, but how will I ever achieve more if I don't ask for more? Yes. Yes. And we're going to get into this. My vision was when my husband and I went to get a car and the salesman would only talk to him. Meanwhile, I was paying for everything that made me feel less than. I've experienced this so many times too, Elisa. Somebody came to work on our roof and they knocked on the door and said, "Is your husband home?" I said, "No, he's not." He said, "Well, I'm finished with the job." I said, "Okay, well, I'll go get my checkbook." Like all of these little stories and experiences are feeding into our sales confidence. My body is tingling. My first memory was the not going into stores with my parents where the salesmen earn commission and they bother you. Even to this day, I prefer to shop on my own online so I can do it and I don't have to deal with anyone. Mind blown. So can we see how maybe we're
Wow.
not actually afraid of selling our services because we love our jobs and we love what we're doing and we truly believe in what we are offering to our clientele, that maybe it's just so much muck from one, the chit chat in the industry that we're mindlessly scrolling and we see everybody complaining about, like, oh, the economy, my sales are down, whatever. And all of the childhood sludge that we have been carrying around. Miranda says, I have to redo this, but I'm excited to feel a shift. Yes, you guys come back to this whenever you feel stagnant 6 months from now. Come back to the sales blaster. The more that you connect and the more that you do this internal work, the bigger the impact is. So now let's get into okay, we've opened our mindset, we've cleared around, we've got energy shifting. Also, drink lots of water today with any type of energy healing. Like you may feel really tired, you may feel really activated. You could experience both. It's totally normal. Ooh, my mom was an MLM in the 1990s. It was still in the house parties. I remember those. Fun way for people to connect. Now, MLM has a different outlook. It's cringy. My business is not cringy. It's connecting over sales. See, this is also releasing the stigma around selling. So, guys, this is good. A lot of money issues was from my father saying we were on a budget my whole life, but lo and behold, he was hoarding it to himself. So trusting money and trusting yourself with money. Okay. So now that we've opened ourselves up, we're going to shift our beliefs around selling. And what does that mean? We have to actually understand what selling is. So I don't want people to say, oh, well, I'm a bad businesswoman. I'm not a good salesperson. You're right. We are not salespeople. I don't want any of you calling yourselves saleswomen or businesswomen because you are so much more than that. Yes, you can claim the businesswoman title, but you are a soul-based service. If not, you wouldn't have been here because I marketed this as a soul-based selling class. You are the problem solver to your clients. You're their solution. This is why they came to you. Whether their problem is they need an anniversary gift. So, oh, look, you're the problem provider with a boudoir session. Maybe their problem is they feel uncomfortable in their body. Okay, ta-da, you're their solution, boudoir session. Maybe their problem is they just went on this huge journey. They're loving themselves. They want to celebrate it, but they don't know how to do that. Oh, surprise, you are their solution. This is why they hired a professional because they trust you. They trust you. And the first part of connecting and selling with soul is recognizing that they are coming to you with so much trust that it's not the icky salesman energy. It's not just a random thing that they can go buy at the local market or the store. You know, by the time they even reach out to a consultation or to look at their website, there's a level of trust from the brand that you've built online. And newsflash, you're a business. Our ego loves to tell us, oh my gosh, now you have to say your price. Now you have to tell them how much you cost. They're already expecting to spend money with you. And I think we forget this. We get so comfortable in our Facebook groups, we get so comfortable on our Instagram stories that our ego is like, look at all your friends. You've got 8,000 friends in this group. Look at all of these gal pals. Like, look at all of these friends. You're a business. They know that they're going to spend money with you. Your ego just wants to make you feel uncomfy because of the fear of success, aka the fear of having an overflow of money feels so foreign to your body that sometimes it's just better to stay stagnant and not receive any bookings. That's an entire other thing that we dig into, like in proximity or a money mindset class, but it's connected here. So your ego is so afraid of the fear of success, or it may be feeling so foreign that, like, oh my gosh, if I actually sell to my clients, I'll have an overflow of money. I'll have an overflow in my business account and I won't have to worry about where the next client's coming from, that it causes a nervous system reaction. Can any of you relate to this? Do you feel like you're in this constant state of like, where's my next client? Where's my next client? What's my next model call? What's my next promotion? Or have you ever been there that the thought of actually asking and selling is kind of scary because, holy shit, what if I'm successful? What if this actually works and I do connect and I can sell and then I have an overflow of clientele, my business is booming, and I don't have anything to worry about or to struggle because all of my struggles that I've been dealing with as an entrepreneur have dissipated. And your nervous system doesn't know how to sit in a state of relaxed comfortability. Sorry, I can't talk, because we've been this like feast or famine, go, go, go our entire journey. Okay, comments are saying yes, 100%. But I also fear that success will keep me from being present for my kids the way I want to be, that I want to have a work-life balance. So this comes down to creating a work-life balance and creating a schedule that supports that. And this is coming into boundaries and setting boundaries as an entrepreneur, which is uncomfortable at times, but it's what we have to do. So service from a soul-based business is not greed. So here's the difference between, the car salesman trying to get commissions. He doesn't care who's coming in. He really doesn't. He just wants that money. He doesn't care if he's selling you a shitty car. He's not leading from a soul-based business. You're selling them the things that will benefit them. You know what to offer, and you know when to use discernment. And we're going to get into this on another slide. But what I mean by this is you're not trying to sell them the 90 image album when they've already narrowed down to 30. You're not like, well, let's go add 40 more and get you back up to the $12,000 collection because that's my highest one. Okay, you guys, we're listening to their needs. If a mother has come in and she's very adamant on, I don't want my boudoir pictures hanging on the wall, I just don't. Yes, we can go the route of, oh, well, this one shows less than a bathing suit on the beach, or, oh, this and this. It's trusting yourself and knowing what they truly desire. And that's when you get to say, you know what, that's totally fine. I hear you. I completely understand. Our albums all come with this privacy case. So that way, when the kiddos are in your room, they're not seeing your nudes sitting out on the table. So it's knowing what to sell and trusting that you're listening to them instead of just saying, oh, well, if I sell her my middle collection and my large wall art, I'll hit my $7,000 average. Here we go. That's the difference between a soul-led business and a business who's just trying to make their dollars. And you can see how uncomfortable that's going to make a client feel if they just told you, there's absolutely no way I want these images on the wall, and you keep pushing and you keep pushing and you keep pushing. That's not listening, even though that could hit your goal. You know what I mean? You can feel the difference. Okay. Authoritative. Now, if you are here, if you're in this workshop, this is your purpose. Whether it be this business or a business that you pivot to later on down the road, it's not by accident. You were here to sell in some capacity. You are here to serve others in some form or another. Your clients trust you. And before we can sell, we have to become comfortable guiding, which means embracing our authoritative muscles. Now, sometimes some people have a problem with authority. Like they have a history of like They fear authoritative figures. They're uncomfortable. They have that rebel inside of them. And when you position yourself as an authoritative leader in the online space, like whether that be your boudoir group, your Instagram, whatever it is, when you claim your entrepreneur ownership, you're going to attract those people who are ready to spend, who are ready to buy. Now, if you're just half-assed showing up on your socials, like no boundaries, messaging people in the middle of the night, not implementing your business hours, not referring people back to their contracts or whatever. If you're not claiming that authoritative positioning, then yeah, you may be attracting some people who are going to be the it when it comes to sales. So what we want to do is make sure we're stepping into our ownership and stepping into our leadership of being an entrepreneur and harnessing this authoritative energy. So how do we do that? You have premium prices. If you guys are in here, you're most likely a coach, a boudoir photographer, whatever it is. Your prices are premium. You're not charging $20. So your pricing is a great way to just set that authoritative energy for yourself. So it's nothing that you guys have to work hard on. You don't have to like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. No, the foundation of your business does this for you. So your pricing sets the stage for you to be an authoritative professional business, knowing that the clients chose you, knowing that they booked a session with you, even after hearing your prices, okay? So when I said authoritative, what does your body do? What reaction does that think of? Drop it in the comments. Are you claiming your power? So were you like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm authoritative. That is me. Or did you want to slink into the shadows and go, wait a minute, I don't feel like I'm authoritative in my business? So let me know where you land on the authoritative scale. Do you feel like you own that? Are you great with it? Or do you feel a little wishy-washy? So imagine yourself sitting in the reveal room. Your clients just had an awesome session. What energy are you bringing to the table? Is it authoritative or is it more hide in the shadows? I'm looking at comments. Miranda, fuck yes, I can totally be that person. And in most cases, I am. Yep, authoritative, somewhere in the middle. I feel authoritative. Miranda, during reveals, it's a little bit of both. Okay, so this is our energy. I am most of the time. Oh gosh, hiding in the shadows, but the rest of my life, I'm authoritative. Ooh, this is interesting that you feel like you're authoritative elsewhere. And then it kind of slinks back. So what I want you guys to do is recognize that you just cleared so much space in your energy with that sales activation that you get to tap into that tingling energy and you get to say, okay, this is my purpose. This is what I'm here for. Zoom out of your business. Take your mind off of the collections, take it off of the average sales, take it off of salesy, and look at your impact. Look at the lives that you're changing. Look at the connections that you're making. Look at the ripple effect that your online presence has on the people who are in your group on their daily life. So many people are like, oh my gosh, I just love checking your group because it's so inspiring, even if they never book a session with you. So when you zoom out and take a bigger look, can you stand in that authoritative power? Can you claim your authoritative power is the game changer for setting yourself up in the sales room, which is your business? Your entire business is based on connecting, human to human connection, not CEO, Walmart, higher up, rich people stealing money, tax fraud, all of that. That is not you. You are connecting on a basis where they are falling in love with you because they trust you, because you are claiming your authoritative power and they expect you to guide them into services that help them. Now, when you look at it like this, does it feel less uncomfortable? Does it feel more empowering to recognize that you are here helping them? You are their problem solver. You are their solution provider. You're not forcing them to do anything. And I think we forget this. We get so wrapped up in selling that we forget that they made that sovereign choice to work with you. You were not like, do this model code right now. I'm forcing you to sign up. Nobody's doing that. This is not a life or death situation. They chose you. They chose you. It's definitely more empowering. They need me. Now I need to remind myself of this more. They chose you because you have the answer to their problem. And when you shift your mindset to being a solution provider, to helping them, to serving their needs, instead of I'm just a saleswoman selling to them to make more money, that is such a game changer. Because authoritative, you take away the negative connotation and it gets to be empowering. Because if you are not authoritative, you're both just going to sit there circling and they're going to leave feeling disempowered because you didn't step up to the plate. Welcome to Tough Love, Kiara. Calling it as it is. So let's dig into connecting. So selling is literally just connecting. I told you we're going to say this a million times. I kind of want to tattoo it on my head. Feeling too salesy is a myth. Who has ever had the fear of feeling too salesy? Raise your hand, put it in the comments. Yes, yep. That's our biggest thing, right? We're like, I don't want to be too salesy. What if they don't like me anymore? What if after the months and months and months of stalking my VIP group and being my top contributor and having the best session of their life, I asked them if they'd like to add an acrylic cover for $400 and now they hate me? Those are the stories. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? When you say it like that, it does. But that is the story that your ego is telling you in the reveal, right? And I have been there. This is something that I had to work like so hard through. In the very beginning, it's like, no, this is her favorite image. She's ran out of spots in her album. She doesn't want it on the wall. So what do? Okay, well, you can upgrade to the acrylic cover. Your favorite images on the front of the book. You still have a privacy case to keep them private. Voila, ta-da. She's like, this is perfect. How much is it? She's not thinking, oh my God, you better not charge me for this. No, she knows it's extra because you framed it in the way, well, you could totally upgrade to an acrylic cover. Okay. And this is language that I use every single day. It's not, you can spend an additional $400 and add this on to your already purchased $2,800 order. No, selling is connecting. It's like you're talking face to face because you are normally, although I'm going to show you how I did it in a text. It's just connecting. And it does. It sounds silly when you say it like that, but that's our ego's job, is to like keep us safe from life-threatening situations, and having more money. See, this comes back to safety and money. Feels life-threatening because we've never experienced that overflow. Or if we have, then it's been taken away or ripped away from us or our parents or whatever it is. So let's remove salesy from our vocabulary. You're simply serving and guiding them. You're helping them. And what I mean by that is you're not trying to push them into things that just don't make sense. That is being salesy. And that's not what we do. Oh my God, that's my brain. It's doing the math. And I assume what they would do too. Okay, here's the thing. Here's my cheat code. This is not on the PowerPoint, but this is what I'm going to tell you guys. When they ask me how much something is, I straight up tell them, hold on, I don't trust my mental math. I am not a numbers person, and I don't try to be. I don't try to be a math whiz in the reveal room. So many people get nervous and they're like, I don't have my price sheet memorized. Dude, take your time, slow down. I literally say, hey, I don't trust my mental math. Let me check it. It shouldn't be that big of an upgrade because you've already prepaid for the gem collection. And this is key. I don't say you've already prepaid $3,900. I say you've already prepaid for the gem collection. So I'm using the title of the collection and not the price tag. And I'm specifically saying it shouldn't be that much. It's low key, like, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't be that much because you've already prepaid for this. So that right there, you're subconsciously soothing them. One, you're setting the standard that yes, it is an upgrade. Two, you're not bringing up the money already spent. Like they already know. They already know. And then I grab my calculator. I say, hold on. I bring up the calculator. I show it on the phone. I say, oh, it's only 400. It's only 1,700. This is what I did last week. Well, I guess it's only Friday. Monday session, she booked in when my studio minimum was $4,800. So she prepaid for $4,800. At the time, that included a 40-image album, the album box, and all of her digitals. So I was like, okay, I could have sat there and been like, yeah, she gets it. She gets all the digitals. Let's just cut down to 40. But she was at 72. My next album up was 60, and then a fine art folio with 3 images, so 63. And I said, listen, I said, you're at 72. You're doing great. You can bump up to the 60 image album, and then you also get the folio. So we'd only have to cut a few. I said, or you can try to delete like 30 of those. She was like, ooh. And we sat there and we sat there and we sat there and I shut up. She was like, oh, I love these. I said, I know. We've already cut so many. I don't know how you're going to cut any more. She said, how much is it going to be? It was a $1,700 upgrade. So my collections went from 4,800 to 6,500. And in my head, I was like, holy fuck, she's not going to upgrade 1,700. She already gets everything. And I said, hold on. I don't trust my mental math. Let me go see. I said it shouldn't be much. You've already prepaid for the elite collection. I did my numbers, showed her the screen. I said, oh, it's only 1,700. And I zipped my lips. I zipped my lips and I didn't offer another piece of advice. I put the power back into her hands. That's how it felt to her. I didn't say, oh, you can put it on Afterpay. You can put it on Synchrony and have 18 months to pay it off. I did not assume that she needed a payment plan. I bring those up when they ask. I did not assume that she couldn't afford. I simply let her know what would best fit her needs. I knew she couldn't cut anymore. I knew she was really struggling because she loved him. She loved him. So I offered her the 60 image and I zipped my lips. And we sat there and we sat there and we sat there. And I always have a piece of paper on my desk with a pen to keep me busy, to make it look like I'm doing something. I'm not. I'm doodling something on my desk to keep my mouth shut, to keep me distracted. She said, all right, fine, let's do it. I was like, great, that's awesome. Okay, so which one do you want on the cover? And you keep going. Selling is connecting and it's listening and it's serving. How many of you would have had a throw up moment and been like, holy shit, I can't do this. This is a $1,700 upgrade, and would have tried to be like, oh, well, we could just narrow down to like 50 and you could add 10 and you would have self-sabotaged the sale, right? Everybody's raising their hands like, yes. I'm going to check it on comments. I feel like upselling is such a huge struggle of mine. Most of my girls won't even add 1 or 2 photos. I'm sure it's a me problem, but I feel like that's why sales is so hard for me. Yes, people are like, I wouldn't have even have mentioned the upgrade because they've already prepaid for so much. But she didn't want to cut. They didn't want to. This is where we get to listen and we get to serve with soul. And you say, you know what? Like, I know you don't want to cut 37 images right now. And you put the power in their hands. You're not forcing them to do anything. Here's the thing. The worst thing that happens is they say no. Okay, your world doesn't come crashing down. Erica, yes, it's streamed right into Facebook so you can catch the replay. Let me know in the comments how it goes for you. So this is it, you guys. Like we fear the fear more than the thing itself. We fear the rejection. They're not going to hate you. They're not going to be mad at you for offering because they already know that you're a business and they already know that it's an option. I just, they're not allowed to just say, can I think about it? Because all the sales have to be done in the reveal room. Like they have to finalize their order. If they want to think about it right then and there, I say, okay, awesome, let's think about it. And they sit there and they can think about it for a couple of minutes and I will sit in silence. And they'll eventually say like, okay, yes, let's do it. Or they'll say, no, I can't do that right now. And then I say, okay, well, if you wanted to, you could put it on PayPal Credit or Synchrony. That gives you 18 months interest free to pay it off, or Afterpay or whatever your studio offers. That's when I would bring up one of those. And if they still say no, I'm like, okay, no problem. And then that's when I would get into some of my secret sales, which I'll get into in a minute. So selling is literally just connecting. So selling with soul feels like a magical forest of love. How are we feeling right now? I know we went like super deep in that. Let me know in the comments. How are we feeling before we move on? Is this opening you up to all of the money laying on the table that we don't even ask about because the fear of rejection used to be so high. Optimistic, good, excited. Yes. Okay. I'm loving this. Guys, I could talk about this all day. This is my favorite. Energized. I love it. Okay. So look at this beautiful forest. The sunlight's coming in. It's lush. It's magical. This is what selling with soul feels like. You're listening to them. You're listening to your clients. And it feels so good. Truly serving means listening to what they are there for and then stepping in with what you know they need. You're filling in the gaps. So this is exactly what I just went over. I was listening to what this client needed on Monday. She loved so many images. And then I stepped in and I said, I know what you need. Here you go, the 60 image album. You filled in the gaps because you are the professional. Can you see that? This is the disconnect. So you're listening, they love all their images, and then you say, boop, I got it for you. Fill in the gaps. Here's what we're not going to do. So one of my Facebook posts when I was marketing this class, I said, I'm going to tell you exactly what not to do. So get ready, listen. And this is where a lot of people self-sabotage. You're not going to go through a list. You're not going to pull up your collections list, your add-on list, and offer every single thing because that feels so overwhelming and that feels so salesy. Well, do you want to make this an 8x12? Do you want to add gilding? Do you want to add an acrylic cover? Do you want to add a metal? Do you want to add on 5 ice blocks? That feels really icky, right? You're not going to go down your product list and say, would you like metal or canvas? Do you want this or this? Because that sounds like you're not listening. That sounds like you're not flexing your authoritative muscle. And it looks like you're just trying to get them to upgrade for the sake of upgrading. Can you feel the disconnect of listening to what they want and tapping into them on a connection-based level and actually bringing your mind into the present moment and saying, okay, this is what they need. This is what they don't need, versus just trying to sell them everything on the list. That's not going to work. And it's going to feel so overwhelming to you because you're going to feel very pushy. And it's going to feel so overwhelming to them because they're like, no, I don't want that. No, no, no. That they're just going to be like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Okay. So that's step one. You're going to use your professional opinion, your professional guidance to guide them into what they need. And the second thing, what you're not going to do is say, awesome, we've got your album images. What else do you want to add on? What? No. And if you do this now, it's totally okay. Or another way of saying that is like, okay, we've got your 30 images for your album. Do you need anything else? Do you need to add, switch, or change anything? They don't know. They don't know. That's why they're coming to you. Can you guys feel this shift of taking the authoritative stance and saying, okay, so we've got your album. Everything looks great. I know this was your favorite image here, and we've got 2 extras that we couldn't really decipher between. Would you love to put this as an acrylic cover on your front so you get that extra image? Or you can say, okay, your album's good. Now, I did create a few wall art mock-ups so that you can see what it would look like on a metal, and you show them the metal arrangement. And you show it to them visually. You said, this was my favorite. I feel like it would look amazing on your wall. Not, do you want a metal? Do you want to add on metal to your order? Add on metal to your order does not have a connection. What has a connection is saying, okay, this image with your eyes open, yep, the eye contact one, that one is so good. You need that on your wall. You need to wake up to that every single morning so you can remind yourself of what a badass you are. And then she laughs and she giggles. She's like, yeah, that's true. And then you're like, okay, well, here's what it would look like on the wall. She's like, oh my gosh. And you say, all right, should we add it to the order? Do you want this? That's when you say it. After you've shown them, after you made the connection, after you've told them what they should buy, flex your authoritative muscles and not just sit there going, what do you want to add? Do you need anything else? They're not going to say they want anything else because they don't know. They feel complete. So does this make sense? Everybody's saying, yep, it feels so much better. It's all in how you present it. Okay, so that's our selling magical forest. Here we go. You guys ready for tangibles? You ready for strategy? This is the pre-sell. Hello, tangibles. These are actual things that you can go implement into your business today. Okay, I do in-person wardrobe consultations. I'm not here to tell you to do it or to don't do it. It's whatever works best for your business. That is not what today is about. But for example, here is how I pre-sell. So most of my selling, I would say a very small amount of my selling is in the reveal room. Most of my selling is done subconsciously before the session even starts. So the pre-sale, the wardrobe consultation, what I do, could I do this via Zoom? Sure. But it is worth it for me to have a separate appointment to get to know them in person and to show them the bonus sets. And here's why. So when somebody books in with me, they normally start a prepayment plan for the lowest collection, which at the time, I don't know, say 2,800. They start it for the lowest, and they come in to a consult with me within 30 days of booking. I don't care when their session is, they come into a wardrobe consultation within 30 days of booking their session. Why? Because this is where they get to be in my energy and they get to see all of my things. So I pre-sell heavy at the consultation. And it does not feel heavy. It's so light. It's literally me just connecting. So what we do is I have a full client closet and we try on all the outfits and they're looking amazing and they're having so much fun. And one of my bonus sets is the wings. And that is not available until the 3,900 collection. So if they went with the 1,500, if they went with the 2,800, they don't get access to the wings. So what I do is I get to know what bonuses they're interested in while we're trying on outfits. Okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this teal outfit is perfect. You would look incredible with the wings on. Do you want to try them on? She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, do you want to try the wings on with this outfit? She's like, okay, sure. I go and get the wings and I put them on and I show her herself in the mirror with the wings, with the outfit. She falls in love. She's amazed. By the time we get done and put on normal clothes and go back into the office, and I say, okay, we've got your prepayment plan set up for the bronze collection. What bonuses were you thinking? And she was like, well, obviously I want to do the wings because like she fell so in love with that. I say, awesome. Okay, so the wings are available in the gem collection. So it's only a $900 upgrade. She's like, boom, let's do it. I'm pre-selling with my bonuses in person. So I've tiered my bonuses. So my most popular ones, shower scene, clawfoot tub, nudescapes, those are not available until the 4,800 collection. I do this specifically. This is pre-selling. It's guiding them into whatever your goal is. But when I have them there at the studio, I'm showing them the bonuses. I'm giving them that emotional, like, wow, I can really envision myself. If they love a black leather outfit, I'm taking them into the bondage room and I'm like, look, how amazing do you look in this room? She's like, oh my gosh, I feel like a queen. I'm like, yes, you do. So now she has to upgrade to the 4,800 because she can't release that bonus. She can't release that outfit. Does that make sense? These are all pre-selling tangibles. You guys can do this if you don't do in-person consultations. You can talk about this in your Facebook group. You can do it in the emails, but dropping those nuggets and structuring your collections to where your most popular bonuses, your most popular packages aren't available until your goal collection. Another example is in the middle of the session while I'm shooting. If I have a really, really great shot, I'm like, holy moly, you need to wallpaper your room in this. And then they laugh. They think it's hilarious. They're like, what? Like, this looks so amazing. You have to have this on your wall. And I show her the picture on the camera. Okay. And then we go to the reveal room. And then that is the image that I use as the wall art mock-up. And I'm like, see, I told you this would be freaking incredible as a wall art. She's like, yeah, okay, I have to do it. You're dropping the seeds. You're connecting with them. And it's not pressury. It's not, hey, would you like to add on this wall art? No, she's already thinking about it. So the selling is just connecting and guiding your clients into what you know is best for them. Okay. So subconscious crumbs. Love subconscious. I love this. I feel like most don't upgrade for the bonuses because even with seeing photos in the group, they don't see why they need it. Yes, that is where physically putting them in it is just such a game changer. So is it an extra appointment for me? Yeah, but it literally has made me hundreds and thousands of dollars by offering an in-person consult because they upgrade the bonuses then and there. They're also able to see the differences in the albums. So like an 8x8 leather album versus a 10x14 acrylic cover. That's why I love in person, but a ton of my mentorship clients do it a bunch of different ways. So I'm not here to tell you one way or another, but it could benefit. Subconscious crumbs. Okay, this is super fun. So speaking the name of your most popular collection, if you guys did content bootcamp, you know I pounded this into your heads. When you're making a post on Facebook, you're like, oh my gosh, today's babe was so amazing. She bought our gem collection. She's going home with a gorgeous 40 image album. Instead of not mentioning the collection name, instead of just saying, I can't wait to see her album, use that collection name. That way your clients are subconsciously already thinking, that's the one I'm going to buy, because they're in your Facebook group, they're on your social media, they see all of your Instagram stories about this elite album. When they go to book their session and they're looking at the session planning and it says, what collection do you want? They're going to say, oh yeah, I want the elite. That's what everybody does because they've seen it over and over again. Does that make sense? I mean, the more you talk about it, the more you're going to sell. And it's such an easy sell because you've been connecting with them. You have been prepping your audience for this by actively talking about it. Now, this is a new one. Not a new one, but we haven't covered it yet today. A harmonized space. This is the subconscious crumb. How many of you are intentionally creating a harmonized space in your reveal area? Yes, you are. No, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're completely unsure. What do you think right now? Just before I dive in, do you feel like you have a harmonized space? Miranda says no clue what you're talking about. Reveal area needs work. No clue. What else? Do you guys think you have a harmonized space? Because help me. When I focused on this, and I did this about 3 years ago, the energy of my reveals, of my selling sessions, whatever you call them, changed drastically. So I want you to envision your office right now, wherever you do your reveals. Is it, let's just do a mental scan. Is it cluttered? Are there a bunch of coffee cups sitting on your desk because you've been jamming away at editing? Are there extra props sitting around? Like, do you have your reveal room is / your storage area? So maybe half your shower scene or your extra neon lights are in there. Are there so many different album samples? Probably some from like 2019 from Miller's that you don't even use anymore because you've upgraded to a nicer company. I want you to do a mental scan. What does it look like? Okay. I'm not sure. I have candles lit on my desk for them to try to create a peaceful area. I play a song that always makes them cry. Yes, that works. The emotional. Okay. So cluttered. So I want you to put yourself where your client is sitting. So envision your space. Now sit where your client is sitting. What do they see? Do they see your desk? Do they see under your desk? Do they see wall art? What are they seeing? Okay, take a moment. It's a small room, but I just have a desk, couch, TV, cabinet thing with 4 doors, or with doors, 4 album samples. Looking forward, they see the TV. To the right, they see my desk, living room, couch, aesthetically good, but not best for displaying products. And I want you to now look at your desk. Are there stacks of order papers? Are there disheveled things? Is there a lot going on? Are there cords hanging down? Desk, wall, sample fabrics, brack, wall. One of the most untalked about things in our industry is your selling space. If a client comes into your reveal room and there are a bunch of like extra props in there, if there are so many albums, if there are a ton of distracting things, clutter in the room, their subconscious is going to feel overwhelmed. They're going to sit down and they're going to be like, holy moly. And it doesn't even have to be clutter. It could even just be your wall art. If you have wall art here, 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 and here, their eyes are just like going all over the place because they don't know where to look. If you have a shelf of products right here and then a shelf of products right here, and then 6 albums on the table here, they're going to feel overwhelmed. If your desk has a bunch of paperwork, old coffee cups, whatever, do you get what I'm saying? They need to come into a space. So even if we have the essential oils, even if we have the candles, even if we have this and that, if there are other things that are making them go when they sit down, it's not creating a harmonized space. How comfortable are your chairs? Are they aesthetically pleasing, but actually super uncomfortable to sit in? Like, do they look trendy when you post a picture, but your clients can't get comfy in them? How big is your screen? Is it hard for them to see? I want you guys to really be intentional about creating a space that is so easy for them to say yes. How does this feel? Is this something we've ever thought about before? So for example, part of my reveal room is my shower scene and my bondage room. So I have separated it. I've taken out all of the old samples. I have a very strategic candle that I light for their consultation and then that I light for their reveal. So they're connecting to the same senses. I have green, aventurine, tiger's eye, carnelian, and then some rose quartz crystals on my desk for self-love, prosperity, abundance. So all my abundance crystals and all of the feel good, like sensual energy of carnelian and rose quartz for the client to create a sacred, harmonious space for them to feel relaxed and for them to feel confident in. I want this to make it as easy as possible. Now, I'm not saying you have to treat this like a spa and have goodie bags and gift bags. I don't have goodie bags and gift bags. I used to, it just didn't work. So I don't do client gifts. I don't have champagne and robes and things like that. My business doesn't even offer hair and makeup. Okay. I have a very simple business, but it is a impactful, rememberable experience. And they love to spend thousands of dollars because I've made it an easy yes. Okay. Another subconscious crumb is what I talked about earlier on saying it's only a $1,400 upgrade. It's only a $1,700 upgrade. If you take one piece of advice from this whole thing is to insert the word only when you're asking for the upgrade, when you're asking for the sale. If you bought the calls to convert training with this, you can hear me say this on the thing. It's only this. Okay. And I walk you through how to anchor in your collection pricing. So subconscious crumbs. Love those. Now, who here offboards their clients? Yay, Terry, thanks for joining. Do you guys offboard your clients in a way that you are showing them how to buy again? Or are you just leaving it? Miranda said, totally forgot about that. I need to review that clearly. It's a good one. So offboarding, what I do for that is you want to set the stage for them to come back again. So I ask strategic questions during their current session. So what I do is when we're in the reveal, I say, oh my gosh, you just killed this shoe. It was so good. And before they leave, I say, what do you want to do for your next one? And they're like, what? Yeah, what bonus are you going to do for your next session? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. And she's like, maybe the shower scene? She's like, yeah, I think I really want to do the shower scene. I'm like, yes, let's do that. So what I am not doing is I am not trying to sell them on another session at that reveal. I've tried it before. It doesn't feel good to me. Maybe it does to you, but I'm not asking them for more money for another shoot there, but I'm subconsciously dropping the breadcrumbs. I'm asking them what they want to do for their next one, even if they haven't told me they wanted to do a next one. And then what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm interacting with that client on social media. So when she comments on somebody's post in my group and says, oh my gosh, she killed this, I go back and I say, yes, she looked so amazing. I can't wait to see you again. Be like, right? Didn't she do so good? I can't wait for your next one. You're planting the seed. It could be 6 months after her session, but if you see her comment on Facebook or Instagram, she's like, "Oh my God, I love this." Say, "Yes, I love this too. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to photograph you again to see what magic we create." This is offboarding. It's planting the subconscious seeds. Are you guys actively offboarding intentionally or not really? These are the little pieces that are leaving dollars left on the table that we don't even realize. Miranda says, "Not doing that." It's pre-selling for a future session by simply connecting through conversation and listening. It's not saying, "Hey, I'll give you 50% off your session fee if you go ahead and sign up for a prepayment plan today and spend another $5,000 for a session you literally just completed an hour ago." Okay? No. My business last year was 75% repeat clients. I have a girl coming back next month for her 8th session with me. It is not uncommon for clients to have spent $30,000+ with me over the lifetime of their client experience. Intentionally, but could always add more. This year, almost half of my bookings are repeat clients. Exactly. Same. Repeat clients are so much easier to sell to because you don't have to do all of the front loading. So asking when they'll come back to do that bonus they mentioned. And then the other half are their referrals, see? And when we connect with selling like this, when we just connect with them instead of trying to be pushy, trying to be salesy, getting them in for the next dollar, no, it's just building that relationship and actually asking when they want. So if she comments on a session of the shower scene that's like, "Oh my God, I love this image," I will straight up ask her, "Freaking, I know, it's such a good image. When are you coming back to do your shower scene?" And then what do you know? 2 weeks later, she's like, "Okay, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'm ready." And they do it. So offboarding, just being intentional in your conversation, being intentional in your connecting. All right, here's some juicy bits. This is a real conversation. These are real screenshots of how I turned a $390 mini session into a $4,000 shoot before the session happened, okay? So first off, this is one of my Black Label members. In 2020 and 2021, I had a program called Black Label members. If they bought my $8,000 collection, they got entered into this VIP club where they never have to pay a session fee, which is totally fine. My session fee, it just locks in their day. I make my money on the back end. They get 10% off every collection for life, and it gives them access to one Saturday session a year. I don't shoot weekends, but for my Black Label clients, I did. So this client, I was texting her. She was driving 8 hours for a shoot. I do not recommend texting clients, but again, with somebody like this, we have actually built a close relationship. I was fine with texting her. So here's the conversation. I'm the blue, she's the black. "I can't wait to see all the dresses that come together." This is me talking. "Will you be in town Sunday or are you headed back tomorrow night? Do you want to just reveal Sunday morning like we did for that family shoot? Or since we're doing 3 outfits, it's not really a mini session, it's a full session." So she prepaid for a mini shoot, a Mother's Day session, 1 outfit. And in the prior week, she had kept adding on outfits. She had paid extra to add on additional outfits. We just put her at the last mini session of the day. I said, "If you want to switch to a full size, you'd probably end up saving money instead of paying for extra outfits and digitals. Instead of the mini session fee and the extra outfits and extra digitals you've paid for, we can add that as a prepayment credit plus your Black Label discount, and you could just apply it to the full digital gallery. You know, we'll probably end up with 100, laughing. And then you wouldn't even need to schedule a reveal. I could just edit and send you your full gallery." She also has 2 other sessions with me this year, a boudoir and a BFF shoot. So what I did is I shoot your shot. I knew that she always upgrades. She had prepaid for like 6 digitals, 3 extra outfits. So she was at like $800, $900 already. And I did not want to reveal the next morning because she was driving from Nashville. It's about 8 hours from here. And I was just like, if I could just get her on all of her digitals, I could just send her a gallery. Now, the remaining balance was $3,950 after her credits and stuff, what she would owe. And this is her response: "I should do it, right?" Me laughing, just connecting. I think it would save you money in the long run. LOL. God, I'm so bougie. I'll never be able to just do a mini session. Me saying I'm the same way. Let's do it. Make it happen. Again, YOLO. I said, haha, you got it. I'm going to the studio this afternoon to grab dresses and whatever. I was going into outfit details. So this right here is the email version of shut up and listen. I listened to what she wanted. She wanted 3 of my Goddess Glam outfits. She wanted all of her digitals. I knew she did. So what did I do? I asked her to upgrade to the $4,000 collection before the session. The session was the next day. Literally, shoot your shot. Ask for them. Why? I wasn't just saying, hey, mini session client, here, add on $4,000. No, I knew she needed it. It was going to save us both time because we wouldn't have to reveal. And she gets all of her images. And this right here, I should do it, right? She's trusting me. She's expecting me to guide her. I did not say, well, if you want to. I did not say, it's up to you. I gave her my professional opinion. Yeah, I think you should. It would save you money in the long run. God, I'm so bougie. I'll never be able to just do a mini session. Me agreeing and connecting, not pushing the sale, not doing anything, putting the ball in her court, but also holding my authoritative power, saying, yep, I'm the same way. AKA shutting up and listening, but I couldn't shut up over a text, clearly. I didn't want to just leave her on red. Some time passed. Boom. Let's do it and make it happen again. YOLO. This right here is how it's done. How many of you prior to this would have felt confident asking for a $4,000 upgrade from a mini session, even though you knew it was the right thing to do? Would you have taken your shot? Miranda says, yeah. Nope. Sierra says, I kind of do that during their original consultations. I give them $1,000 towards a future session. If they put $1,000 down within 2 months, yes. This right here definitely would have left that on the table. What's the worst she could have said? She would have been like, oh, no, let's just stick with what I'm at. And I say, okay, no problems. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Can't wait. So excited. I'll grab the dresses today. And then guess what would have happened? I would have upgraded her at the reveal. And she would have spent more because she would have had to have paid for the additional add-ons and whatever. But when you guide with confidence, I literally told her, you're saving money by prepaying in advance. Okay, this is serving your clients. This is listening to what they need. And then the same thing with my client on Monday who upgraded the 1,700 to the 6,500. So my client this Wednesday, she had already prepaid 4,800. I knew she was not upgrading to a bigger album. You can tell, right? Can you guys tell when they're just like, cut, 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 cut? They're cutting the images because they know how many they have prepaid for. So she was getting down to her 40. She was like, cut, cut. And I was like, are you sure? Like, this is amazing. She was like, yeah, I know, but like, I get the digital. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know what she's going after. So what did I do? I have a game. I approach sales with curiosity. I have a game with myself. I won't leave a reveal without an upgrade if it serves them. So I decided to make metals 75% off that day. Did I plan that? Was there actually a lab sale going on? No, there's not. But I'm flexing my authoritative muscles, and I knew she wanted a medal. So metals went 75% off. I told her it was her favorite image. I had the mock-up ready. She added on a super small medal. It was a $400 upgrade for me that day. Are you guys playing around with yourselves? Are you allowing yourselves to have spur of the moment upgrades like that at your reveals and giving yourself permission to have fun? Sales get to be fun. Are you doing that? One of my favorites is a $99 ice block sale. Miller's has 4x6 acrylic blocks for $13. If I know a client is not going to do anything, they don't want anything else, but they have a favorite image, I will offer a $99 ice block sale. On my list, it's normally $575. I'm like, you could just, sometimes it's $199, sometimes it's $99. That is such an easy yes for them. And it's only a $13 cost of goods. Like, these are the things, itty bitty dollars, or itty bitty shifts that can add to dollars in your account. that a lot of people we're just not even shooting our shot. We're too afraid that they'll say no, or we're offering too much. So here's my advice. I want you guys to be bold enough in your bold enough in your authoritative power to ask for the upgrade. And then I want you to trust yourself enough to shut up. Can you do that? How do you feel right now? Are you bold enough to stand in your authoritative power and ask for a $1,700 upgrade if you know it serves them? And then do you trust yourself enough to zip your lips and wait for them to respond? Does that feel exciting? Does that feel empowering right now? Does it feel a little stretchy? Does it feel like, oh my gosh, I want to go try it out? Where are you emotionally, energetically right now? Because this is what we get to do. We get to lean into our authoritative, trusting that they chose you. They know you're a business. They want to spend money with you. And now you just have to zip your lips and allow them to pay you, because your clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars. Excited but nervous. It'll be a struggle for me to just shut up, but I'm going to try it. So it's trusting yourself to know that you're offering the correct upgrades, which means you're listening, you're connecting, you're not just throwing stuff at the wall. And then it's placing the power back in their hands and letting them choose to say yes to you. Oh my gosh. How are we feeling? What are your questions? We've got a couple of minutes. Let's do a Q&A. Was that kind of like a mind fuck for a sec? I mean, that was a lot of information. How do you feel? What are you going to do today? What was your favorite part? What questions do you have? Hop on, grab your camera, whatever you want. I'm here for any questions. I'm going to see if anybody dropped questions in the group, but most of the people had already let me know. Did this spark any questions for anybody? Is there anything specific? Ooh, Melissa had one in the group. Loving the Zoom. What is your language in a connective way when a client wants to come back for more later? I feel like I just give in and say I keep them for a month or so without putting my foot down and saying this is the only time you can order. So I set this up very easily. It's in my contract that the only time to place an order is at the reveal. So this is really laying your boundaries beforehand, and it's part of the pre-selling. So during their consultation, if they ask, like, can I buy more later? I say, you know what? Absolutely. If your collection has all the digitals, you can always bring your digitals back and I can order like a metal wall art for you. So if there's a sale on metals that day and they say, oh, well, can I come back later? Can I talk to my husband and ask him which one he wants? I say, yeah, but this, like, you'll lose the sale. Like, that's easy. They get that. They understand that. So what I do is I set this up in advance. Now, I do digital clean out sales. So if I want a fast cash influx, I will email anybody who didn't get all of their digitals. And I'll say, OMG, my loss is your gain. We're cleaning out our hard drive systems this weekend. I usually send it out on like a Thursday or Friday. I'm like, I just found all of these old sessions. I thought I'd gotten rid of them. Like, we're switching over hard drives, whatever it is. I have like a canned email. Here's your last chance to grab them if you didn't grab them beforehand. And I put them on sale for like $7.95. So maybe they have like 20 extra images they didn't grab, or 30. I've already made my money off their collection. I don't care to get rid of them and sell them their full. Now, I've never had anybody like wait for that. And I don't do it very often. It's just like a back pocket offer. So my language in connecting for that is I really set the stage prior. And it's not allowed. This is our policy. What I love to do is go back to, in fairness to other clients, we have to proceed with our order today. So in order to keep it fair to all of my other clients, like we have to do it today. Some people charge an archive fee. You could implement that. I feel inspired. I'm going to highly consider start doing wardrobe consultations. I also need to make sure to show mock-ups. Now I need you to teach me how to do these minis. Miranda, all this is in Proxability. I'm just saying, it's like a full 360 mindset. It's like the strategics, the energetics, the selling, the marketing, the content, your whole business in a box, plus the mental breakdowns that we have as entrepreneurs, because that's what we do. We have little ego trips of like, oh gosh, I can't do this. But yes, minis can be highly lucrative. I struggle to make shifts in my packages and bonuses when it comes to repeat clients who expect a package come back with XYZ that they got previously. Okay, so Tara, what I just did, I actually went and reworked. So, long story short, since my toddler is no longer connected to my boob all day, every day, I am able to shoot more. My studio is only 4 minutes from my house. Last year, we raised our client minimum to 4,800. I just did not have the capacity to shoot as much as I was. And I was growing this mentoring business. So I was figuring out what my schedule. So I raised my minimum to 4,800. Everybody knew it was. Now I'm ready to shoot more. So I lowered my minimum back down to 1,500. It's wild, okay? But what actually happened is it's raising my average because you can't get all of the digitals now until you spend 7 or 8 grand. Where in the past, all of my digitals were available in the 4,800. So what I have done is the clients who saw me make the announcement that was like, oh, our collections start at 1,500 now. They're like, what? Can I lower? I'm like, you're actually in a way better deal right now because you're getting all your digitals for 4,800. And if you bump up to this new pricing, you're going to have to spend 7 or 8,000 and you lose your shower scene. You lose this, you lose that, you lose this. And they're like, yeah, okay. So depending on, I would ask what your shifts are in your packages and bonuses. So I would just, it really gets to be easy. Like you've restructured. I would add in some lower end bonuses like red silk sheets, a body chain. Those are some of my super low end ones. And if they're like, oh, well, I want to do the shower scene because I did it last time, be like, cool, it's available in this one. And here's a fear. Is it the fear or are people actually saying this? Our ego likes to sometimes make up stories and say, well, they're going to question this. They're going to come back and be like, why can't I this? And the answer is because businesses change, because you did this 2 years ago, because I've raised my prices since then. And that gets to be okay. Right now, set bonuses are with any prepayment plan on any collection. Would like to remove. Oh my gosh, highly recommend. If you can tier your bonuses. So like I said, shower scene, bondage room, all of my like highly coveted bonuses, they are only available in my gold collection. So like bottom collection, you get 1 bonus. Middle collection, you get 2. Third collection, you get 3, and then they're tiered. So highly recommend doing that. That way you can upsell them into one of those. What other questions do you guys have? We've got a few minutes left. Are you freaking excited? I'm going to check the question box on here. I got Melissa's. Okay, that's all that I see on the Facebook group. Anything else from you guys that are live? Did this spark any questions? Are you feeling inspired? This is good. Okay. As a selling strategy, is it smarter to do a 3 or 5 colon? Okay. 3 or 5 both work great. It's I would not do 4, I would not do 2, I would not do 6. 3 or 5 is my go-to. Right now I'm at 5, but I have done 3. And what this is going to come down to is your energy and your confidence. If 5 is confusing to you and you feel overwhelmed, you're not going to sell that. So if 3 feels better, go with 3. It's whatever you can get behind. Whatever feels less cluttered. It's kind of like the harmonious space. Whatever feels less cluttered and whatever feels less clinchy to you is what your clients are going to buy. So feel into that. I have 5 right now personally, just because I added in those lower options. But when my minimum was 4,800, I just had 3: small, middle, large. Yay. Okay, guys. Anything else that you can think of? This group is going to be live for a couple of days in the Facebook group. Yes, Rue, go ahead. You can unmute yourself too. You guys can just talk. No big deal. But the group will be live for a couple of days. That way you guys can ask questions and stuff. Yes, I can tell you about Possibility. Okay, so if you're new to my world, I have a mastermind. It's just for boudoir photographers. It's 12 weeks. The current round starts June 1st. Sorry, the next round starts June 1st, so in a couple of weeks. The current round ends today. Sierra's in the mastermind. So what it is, 12-week mastermind just for boudoir photographers. It is the full 360. So content boot camp with content. This is selling. My money mindset classes are money mindset. It's basically everything. We focus on your systems, we focus on your strategies, we focus on client communication. Launching is a huge thing. So, setting up a model call, marketing, actually getting clients on the books, and then looking at your business backends and figuring out what's working and what's not working. So, the logistics are um, every other week you get a private call with me. So we hop on the phone for 20 minutes, we touch base on your business, see what's going on, what client issues, what are your goals. Your private calls, it gets to be whatever you want. So for this, like my courses, they're very structured. I have a syllabus. Mastermind is free flowing. Anything goes, whatever you want. And it's just boudoir photographers. So it's nice because you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. You can ask me questions. We can riff it out. There's a Voxer chat that you have access to every single day. It is not overwhelming like the Content Bootcamp chat, because that was drop a question, drop your homework, drop a question, drop. The Voxer is just like a chat. It goes, it flows, people vibe in. You can literally ask whatever you want. Marketing, pricing, whatever. So it's the collective brain trust of a mastermind, but you also get that one-on-one mentorship aspect without going full one-on-one with me. So every other week you get a private call. Monday through Fridays, you get group access to me. You get daily coaching. It's basically having a mentor in your back pocket. So if you're at a session, something's going crazy, you're like, okay, I want to upgrade her. Here's what she's got. I can pop in and be like, here we go. Here's what you need. We also do Zoom coaching calls once a month. So for 12 weeks, it's about 3 months. So everybody gets a hot seat coaching where we can pop on Zoom and riff out things that are a little longer or that you want to work through, maybe like a model call or whatever, than in a 20-minute breakthrough call. Money mindset is a huge thing. A lot of this is going to be getting super vulnerable with yourself and allowing yourself to open up to limiting beliefs that are holding us back. So for workshops like this, we can plan things and it's all about selling. For a mastermind, like it's compounded consistency. So we get to keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. So basically, it's like a 360 view of money mindset, authoritative content, marketing, launching, just inner healing stuff of imposter syndrome, or what happens a lot is like they'll hit their best month ever, they'll have a 20K month, 30K month, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm self-sabotaging. So recognizing our self-sabotaging patterns so that we can stop those. So that's like short gist. Do you have specific questions that you were wondering about? Because I can help with that too. And anybody else who has questions, I'm happy. It's not really prompts. So you get to come to me, like, it's not going to be homeworky vibes like Content Bootcamp, like do this and this. Now you get to ask whatever you want, and then I will give you, I call them momentum building actions. We don't have like to-do lists or anything, but I'm going to give you strategic plans. So it's not just all mindset, it's strategy too. So if we're launching something, I'm going to be like, okay, here's your action checklist, here's your content checklist. You send me your content. I'm like, nope, here's where we need to shift and implement. If your launch is like crickets for a few days, we can jump in and see what needs tweaked so that we can basically like shift it and save it. Does that help? Does that make sense? So not prompt based, but I will provide action steps to help. I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, do this, and then not support that. Am I going to do Content Bootcamp again in the future? I don't know. This round was so good. I don't know if I want to replicate it because it was a lot. It was so intentional and so deep. And it was a huge group. Maybe. If I do, it won't be until probably like late December, January. It's not on the radar right now. But that I'm a managing, so I come up with offers all the time and I'm like, I don't even know what I have planned next. So possibly, but as of right now, it's not on the radar. Anything else that we can think of that you guys have questions on that I haven't covered? No, yes, maybe. What about possibility after next round? Don't currently have the budget, but very interested. So normally I launch this like once a quarter. with a couple of weeks in between. So this round will go from June, July, so probably August-ish. So next round would probably be October, November, September. It really just depends on the flow and whatever else I have come up. But normally it's pretty regularly. Unless for some reason it just like takes off and it's amazing and it turns into something else. But normally it's about once a quarter. Just in time for Black Friday. That's true. That's true. I don't have a set schedule of it because I like to take it round by round. It used to only be 10 weeks, but now it's 12 weeks because I like that extra support, which equals out to about 6 private calls, which is nice. For anybody who really does or is interested in Crocs, there's a bunch of different payment plan methods, and then my studio offers Synchrony, and the coaching clients can use Synchrony too, which is 18 months interest free if it's like a budget thing. My biggest issue is getting clients in, I guess attracting. So I'm most concerned with getting them in front of me than I am actually selling. Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, this round of Proxability, I'm doing the Bring It Offline Marketing Challenge, where I'm making us go market offline, which feels uncomfortable, but we've gotten lazy with social media and it's really fun. So a lot of Proxability is working through. Okay, so for example, Sierra, I'm going to brag on you. I'm sure it's fine. Her first round of Proxability, we focused a lot on mindset and getting her back in and getting her structures and marketing to the people that she wants and not just who she feels like it, and getting them in the door. And now she's doing it again next round. She's like ready to go. She's like, let's focus on numbers. Let's get it in. So if you get to craft your own intention. If your intention is like, okay, I can sell to them once they're in my door. Like that's easy. You're a great upseller. Your work speaks for itself. It's actually getting them on the books. Do you feel like that's where you're at? Like getting them to you to book first? Miranda, this upcoming one? Yeah, this upcoming one. Yeah, okay, so that's something we could focus on for sure then, is getting them on the calendar, because selling is great. Like the selling is workshop is great, but if we don't have them in the studio, we can't sell to them. Finding my audience. Yes. So letting them find you, which is, you putting yourself out there. When you guys do Proxability, you get access to behind the scenes, which is, I have a weekly membership. I know I'm just rambling, but people are asking questions. It's $33 a week. You get access to every of my weekly workshops that I've done. So there's like 40 weeks of content in there. And it has activating your voice, showing up as your authoritative self, like finding your people. So if you have a question in Prox, then I'm like, okay, here's a video, listen to this podcast style, come back with even more questions, and we get to tailor it to you. So it's basically like the full resource library of everything that I have to offer. So if that's your intention, finding your audience, that's something we can cover. Lots of people do that. They come in, they're like, okay, I know how to run a business. Like I have the guides. I know how I'm pricing myself. I just don't know how to get them in the door. That's good. I think this round is a good round because we're doing the marketing challenge. I haven't done it yet with anybody. Instead of doing it on its own, I'm doing it for Proxability people. So that's that. Anything specific that I haven't covered for anybody who has questions? No, you guys are amazing. This is good. Marketing and getting bookings is my biggest struggle. Upselling and rebooking would be next. Okay, so it sounds like our focus right now, and just looking at industry chatter, is getting people in the studio, getting them in the seat. Upselling is not going to do us any good if we don't have them in person. So we can help with that. If it's something you guys want, we can work on that. Otherwise, you know where to find me. This group will be live Friday. I'll probably shut it off next Friday. Give it a week. That way people can watch the replay. And if you have any questions, you can. I'll send out an email with the link to the replay. That way you guys can find it. If you have specific questions on like behind the scenes or private mentorship or Proxability or any of the payment plan options or anything that came up, feel free to just message me. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't matter. But any last minute questions? We good? This is so fun. I'm so excited. I'll also include the link to the slideshow. That way, if you guys want to like read through the slides and you don't have to watch the whole video, that's super helpful too. So, oh, Miranda, I love you. Thank you. You're amazing. You guys were great. Okay, guys, we're going to hop off. We're going to end this. If you have questions, pop them in the Facebook group. If you have questions about a different container, feel free to message me. No big deal. All right. Bye, everyone. See ya.